Welcome to this grounding, strengthening yoga flow through tabletop and down dog. First beginning in relaxation and a warm-up that lasts about 4 minutes. So in crocodile, we're face down, hips and shoulders wide and melting into the ground. Here you can get a nice sense of the breath, filling the whole torso, front, back, and sides, and then leaving the whole torso. If you started on one cheek, so you can switch over to the other and spend a few breaths tuning into your connection with the floor. My toes, big toes, are to touch with the heels out to the sides, but you might also like to try the toes pointed away with the legs in a V shape from the pelvis. Whatever helps your thighs and hips relax. This is a constructive rest pose to release tension from the body in order to strengthen and stretch our muscles more efficiently. Bring the breath to a 1-to-1 inhale to exhale ratio, maybe 4 counts in and 4 counts out. When you're ready, bring the toes in line, the hands under the shoulders, and roll the shoulders back, lift the chest and head, and push your hips up and back. Make your way to a child pose. Exhale, then inhale, round through the spine, making your way into a tabletop, aligning wrists under shoulders and knees under hips, sending the weight out into fingers and tops of toes, making your foundation broad, and aligning the spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head, nice and strong in shoulders and sacrum. Moving into ease, exhale the hips back with the left hand drawing alongside. Inhale, swim it forward. Left hand meets the right. Exhale, drag the right hand down, and inhale, swim it forward. Continue this for 2 more sets. Let your gaze follow your hand, but don't go any further than your range of motion is calling for you. See if it eases with each motion or if you've just found your limit for right now. Stay in tune with your breath. See it all the way in and all the way out of your lungs. After the next time on your right side, realign the wrists under shoulders. Tune into the breath. And on the next inhale, draw the left arm out to the side, nice and wide. Exhale, thread it behind the right and let the gaze follow. 2 more times, stretching and lengthening, and then twisting and bowing. Again, moving with the breath, keeping the movement fluid and the stretching light but dynamic. And then switch, find your alignment. When you're ready to inhale, move the right arm out to the side. Let the gaze follow as it comes behind the left, threading the needle. 3 times is a nice number to do a sequence for a warm-up. Find your alignment once again after 3 movements. And really find your foundation here of the fingers and toes and strengthen the core to align the spine. Here we're going to push through the left heel on the inhale, release. Push through the right heel on the inhale and release. And so keep your foundation firm without moving anything. Inhale, push through the left. Exhale, release. Inhale, push through the right and release. A nice stretch through the back of the leg, and also seeing where you stand or kneel as you hold your tabletop in place during these movements. Find your position here again and position yourself so that you can keep the hips over the heels and walk the hands forward. This is the puppy dog pose or Anahatasana, nice heart opening. And so there's a nice line from the hands through the shoulders up through the tailbone, the hips. You can set down your forehead or your chin as you allow the chest to begin opening and making its way down through the floor. Keep that breath nice and deep, allowing your spine to elongate and extend. Lift back up anywhere or anytime you need to find some relief, but stretch out where you can and where it feels good. When you're ready, gently make yourself back up into a tabletop. Find your alignment, and then maybe you move through the shoulders, the spine. Nice warm up continues, and now we move the hands a little bit forward, tuck the toes. The position that holds you up in downward facing dog. You might want to start with nice bent knees so that you can align just as you were in puppy dog pose, hands through shoulders and up through the spine. From there, you can begin to walk the dogs, pedaling out one heel at a time to find length in the backs of your legs. But do stay in tune with the position of your shoulders, hips lifting. When you found a nice downward facing dog that's stable in all four legs, we'll bring the right hand towards the left foot in a downward dog twist. You can also use that right hand to support yourself in the center. Holding here about 5 breaths total. Be strong in all of your other 3 limbs. This nice long through the left side and long in the breath. When you're ready, come back to downward facing dog. All 4 paws aligned. When you're ready, then you're going to take the left hand towards the right foot. Prepare for about 5 breaths here. You can reach with the left hand, and you can also set it down in the middle to help hold yourself up in this position. Feel a nice length through the spine, strength in the shoulders. Return to downward facing dog, and if you need to take a short break in child pose, and lower down, hips towards the heels, and you can roll out the wrists from palm to back of the hand, one way in each direction. When you're ready, prepare yourself again. Maybe rolling up through tabletop and then tucking the toes and making your way up to downward dog. And so again, keep a nice bend in the knees until your upper body's aligned. And you can pedal out the heels. And when you're ready, inhale and lift and push through the left heel. 3-legged dog. Exhale, nose to knee, maybe round the spine. Inhale, push through the left heel, lift to the sky. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, push it back and lift once again. And when you're ready, exhale, knee to right elbow. One more time, lift and hold. You might want to lift more with the glutes. Looks like I'm hung up on my thighs, so I might ask myself, what am I holding on to? And over time, you'll find the lift becomes much easier. After 3 breaths here, you can lower the leg back down. Find alignment in your downward dog first, and then lower the knees. And take rest in child pose. Rolling through the wrists, first in one direction and then in the other. Take some nice deep breaths here. Keep everything oxygenated and lubricated. When you're ready, set the hands in position again, rolling up through tabletop and then tucking the toes, making your way back into a downward dog. Find your stability here in all 4 paws. before inhaling and lifting through the right heel. Raising that leg to the sky. Figure out which muscles you can engage and which ones you can relax. Exhale the nose to the knee. Inhale, lifting through the heel. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, lifting up one more time. And then you'll exhale, knee to left elbow. Nice crunch in the core, stability and strength. And now we're lifting the leg once again to hold for 3 breaths. Nice and strong in your other 3 dog legs. And when you're ready, lower the leg. Reposition your downward dog. And then when you're ready, lower down, back into child pose. Here you can be wide-kneed or knees under chest, taking what you need, rolling through the wrists and curling and uncurling the fingers. As this is a grounding and strengthening pose, we want to reaffirm our connection to the earth. Here through hands, feet, shins, forehead. And then we're going to make our way long and onto our backs, keeping the knees bent and the feet on the ground. Preparing here for some supine twists. Twists are great for realigning and energizing and calming. First, bring your arms out to the sides with palms down. This will help to anchor you in the twisting process. The knees and feet are together, and now they're going to roll to your left. Focus on keeping that right shoulder anchored before you bring attention back to the right hip and knee. If you need to lengthen that right leg to anchor the left knee and as well as the right, make it nice and comfortable and long through the right side. We usually spend about 5 breaths on each side. You can take the gaze from the ceiling to the left side and the right side, finding movement and ease, knowing that looking towards the knees is easier than looking away from the knees. So find what you need. Know that the weight of the knee holding you in this twist is doing the work. And so you want to relax where you can. At the end of your next exhale, you might stack the knees and feet over one another and let the knees make their way back up towards the ceiling. Realign the spine for about a breath, and then let the knees sink over to your right. Again, tuning in with the anchoring of the left shoulder first before bringing your attention to the top leg, maybe extending the left foot out across the right. Hold it all in place. And again, you can work your way with your gaze from the ceiling to the right and to the left, being gentle with your neck, but affording it some nice movement and lubrication. If this angle of twisting is not comfortable, you can always consider placing a block or a blanket between the knees, something to keep the strain out, but allow the benefits of the twist to settle in. And so at the end of your next exhale, stack the knees and the feet once again. And then bring the knees back up towards the ceiling. Take another moment here in neutral. Let the sacrum settle down towards the floor. Now we call this constructive rest, where when you turn the palms face up and crab walk the feet out to the sides of your mat, let the knees fall in and rest on each other. Let your breath be gentle and long, and take as long as you need to here. You can always come into full relaxation. Or if you're ready to move on with your day, then rolling onto one side, pausing here for at least 2 breaths, preparing to transition to whatever is next. Make your way to a comfortable seat. And from this space, honoring your practice. And I honor your time and space for joining me here. Namaste.